Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Club. The Disney movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a huge success at the box office when it first came out in 1989. It is a sci-fi, fantasy, feel-good hit and still holds up today. As an 80s kid, this is the movie I was most excited about. I feel like I had a hand in the huge box office success opening weekend of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Comedy actor Rick Moranis stars as the father of the household who is a struggling inventor and accidentally shrinks his kids and the neighbors' kids. This movie turns into the adventure of a lifetime for these four siblings and frenemies who have to go from the back of the yard because they were thrown out with the trash all the way back to the house and trying to get the attention of their dad. Like most Disney movies in the 80s, this story is just so pure and wholesome. These two families are next door neighbors. They don't get along much just because there's such different dynamics in their families, but they all love each other in the best way they can. So the movie opens up with these two families having their normal, everyday disputes, trying to get along, challenge each other, love each other better. The parents want the best for their kids, and they're making a lot of mistakes, but love each other all the same. Wayne Szalinski is Rick Moranis' nutty professor character who is just trying so hard to get his invention to work. He is going to change the world with his shrinking machine. But it hasn't worked for days, months, years, and everyone's very frustrated. The entire house is in upheaval with all his little inventions, the toaster machine and the dog feeding machine and the laundry machine, and it's just a total hot mess. His wife is super frustrated with him. Wayne's kids are Nick and Amy, who are having their regular sibling disputes. They don't much like the neighbors next door, Ron and Russ. Ron and Russ had this really funny brother dynamic I always loved. I didn't have brothers. I thought the brother dynamic between Ron and Russ was so fun. This line that stuck with me when I was little that I would always say to my younger sister that she did not appreciate. I still remember it. I thought it was like the goofiest, funniest line Russ kept saying to Ron throughout their adventure in the backyard. "Blow it out your shorts, Ron. Blow it out your shorts, Ron." So ridiculous. I don't think that was a thing that people said in the 80s, but it was a line in this movie I just thought was the funniest thing. So one of the brothers accidentally hits a baseball through the window of the attic to Nick and Amy's house. So the kids all go up there together. They're not supposed to be in there. It's where their dad's shrinking machine is. The machine, boom, zaps them, and it works. They're shrunk down to the size of insects. Wayne gets home, his wife's annoyed with him, he goes up to the attic, he had a terrible day, everyone's making a laughing stock of him. The attic is a mess, there's a hole in the window, he has no idea what happened. He sweeps up everything, throws it in the trash in the backyard, boom, the adventure begins. This is just such a treat for a little kid to imagine being shrunk in the backyard. All the random little everyday things are now gigantic. I mean, imagine. The oatmeal cream pie is the size of a skyscraper. The Lego is the size of a house that they can sleep in. The ant is like a giant rhinoceros that they can ride. And unfortunately, a little tiny scorpion is a dangerous monster. Just the visuals in this movie are so fun. When finally Wayne realizes that he shrunk the kids and they're in the backyard and they can't walk on the grass, he of course invents a contraption where they can lay down, go through the yard with a magnifying glass like a couple feet from how would they ever have found them from there? They were so teeny. Of course, it's science fiction, fantasy, completely unrealistic. The way that they actually did see them, they get all the way back to the house and get dropped into a bowl of Cheerios, and he's about to eat his son, and he's like waving. Oh, so good. Of course, they did Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. They did a TV show of it, which was, which was fun, but not as epic as that first cool idea. What's cool about it is that the innocence and wonder of being a child, we kind of can't get back unless we experience this sort of transcendental art in this way. Like, this movie brings you back to the wonder of what it would be like to have the imagination of a child. Like, whoa, the oatmeal cream pie is the size of a skyscraper. Imagine. Imagine. I don't care how old you are. Imagine. That is the coolest thing ever. Of course, the adventure gets these 4 sibling frenemies to bond with each other. The 2 older siblings, Nick and Russ, sort of have a crush on each other, so that's funny. And they're like sleeping in the Legos, like wanting to have their first kiss. It's cute. Yay, we get our happy ending. They've found the kids. Wayne fixes the machine. They tell the neighbors. It's so great that the dads step up. Russ and Ron's dad, who's been having disputes with them throughout the story, he's like, he's the one who sort of takes it for the team. Wayne can practice on him, like, okay, I'm gonna shrink you and I might blow you up. This is how we're gonna figure out how to get these kids back to regular size. And Russ and Ron's dad volunteers, and it's just a sweet moment. They all just really love each other. Rewatch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The good news is this movie still holds up. Have your 5-year-old watch it now. They'll be filled with the same wonder and joy as the adults who watched it when they were 5. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite part of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?